Good afternoon, everyone. Last round is the perfect and powerful round. We have lot of presenters with full of energy. Though it's 12 o'clock, I still find them with a lot of energy. Without much waste of time, let me introduce Dr. Tulika. Dr. Tulika, I acknowledge you for traveling all the way from Assam. It's not easy. She needs to travel for more than a day, even if she is coming by flight. Thank you, ma'am. We appreciate your love and affection for Manoj Agastri. Dr. Tulika, she is an academician from Assam Agriculture University since 2008. She did her schooling in a small village in Arunachal Pradesh, and then she joined her BSc Home Science with specialization in child development and subsequently MSc Child Development. And she completed her PhD in 2020 from the same university. She is associated with Manoj Agastri in Sahaya course. And her research works, one is spatial ability, an approach in designing learning materials for children. That is something which has won applause for Madam. Welcome to this session, ma'am. Yeah. And we'll have the first presenter now. My request to all my presenters, you are not stretching beyond 4 minutes. Yeah. Thank you. First is Lavanya. Welcome now.
Namaskaram. I am Durga Lavanya Chittachelu. I am working as a technical support manager in one of the Canadian-based company. And I'll quickly start about my education journey. I did my next slide. So I did my BTech in electronics and communication engineering, and later I did counseling in psychology with Sudisha Counseling Center, and I also did my master's in psychology. And the certifications I did REBT, art therapy, positive parenting, and 0 to verse 6 cognitive stimulation. So you see all mixed combination of certifications and degree in my journey here, and will walk you through my journey here. So soon after I finished my graduation, I joined one of the MNC companies as a technical support engineer. During that time, I found that I'm actually looking for something that connects to human. The reason why I wanted to look into the psychology is before that. So I wanted to start a business actually. So I don't know how and why, but there is a thought in my mind that to start a business, it's not about the money alone. So it's also about the connection that we build with the people. So if you have that joyful people around you, that is when a business is actually successful, is what I felt that time. And I was actually looking for a course during that time, and I found MA in psychology, and I joined IGNOU, which is an open university, as a degree. But during that time, I did not get a practical exposure, but IGNOU was really helpful. So the challenge when I opted, when I was actually looking to pursue the course in psychology was coming with the BTech background. There were no much universities giving the opportunities for a BTech grad. So that is one of the challenge as well I faced during my journey. And yeah, then looking for the practical exposure, I met Geeta ma'am, Sudisha Counseling Center, during the lockdown time. So I was having that, that thirst of having a practical exposure. This happened during the lockdown time, and luckily Geeta ma'am actually helped me out to do Sahaya course, which I call it as a diploma in counseling psychology. And later, yes. So as I said, there were few key factors. One is the business idea, and the other thing, maybe few might feel that a kind of a foolish, I don't know, but many of us have done, I guess. So I wanted to experiment. I just wanted to see what is there in this field. So that is also there somewhere in back of my mind to choose this particular course. And I was surprised that I am doing really good in the field of psychology, and I found my interest more in this area. And I also have my interest area towards being very spiritual as well. So somewhere in the deep, I felt that the roots of spirituality is adopted and presented to a modern world in terms of psychology. And the challenges, as I've already mentioned, coming from a BTech grad, previous slides, coming from a BTech grad, the challenge finding the open university or the university, and also during course, the practical exposure, and also the practice, continuity of the practice. And yeah, I'm done with my 4 minutes, I guess. And thank you so much for being a very good audience. Thank you.
Hi everyone, good afternoon, respected ma'am and my dear audience. Myself, Avida, I'm a learner and a housewife too. I have completed my masters from IGNOU and BSc Biotech from Calabria University. My career path is from science background to psychology background. So I would like to share some few points about the IGNOU. IGNOU is the People's University. Here no age limit is there. Everyone can pursue here, and the study materials are here superb. It can be used in preparations for UPSC exams too. The factors that motivate me to pursue psychology, I was aware that my knowledge of psychology would benefit my personal and everyday life too, especially like procrastination, addiction and perception too. I'm very much keen about the human behavior, how they perceive and how they behave, and once they commit the behavior, how I'm very much concerned about their thoughts and beliefs. The most one is to enhance my interpersonal skills, so I have chosen psychology. And the challenges I faced, I have a 2 years toddler, and have married in early age only. Both the family and the study life, I should balance both in same parallelly. Dealing with feeling of guilt over and rebuilding confidence often the hardest. Long time has been came between the study and the family life. So I was emotionally connected to psychology. It plays me crucial role in my every day-to-day life. How people understand, how I can understand the people's perception and respect them without judgmental. So thank you, ma'am, for giving this opportunity. Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao. Thank you.
Thank you, Avida. Wonderful presentation. తెలుగులో అంటారు ఇంట గెలిచి రెచ్చగలవండి అనేసి. ఈమె తన మీద సైకాలజీ ప్రయోగించి తన పాపల్ని జాగ్రత్తగా పెంచుకుంటుంది. థ్యాంక్ యూ, Avida. నెక్స్ట్ Amreen.
Good afternoon everyone, this is Amreen. So I'm basically an electrical engineer working with state government as an assistant engineer. So that is my profession and psychology is my passion. During COVID days, due to boredom, I was just thinking what to do, and that is how I encountered psychology. And there's one incident in my life where I saw my subordinate committing suicide. So that made me think how can suicide is a very big thing, killing himself. Then that was the time I approached madam again and I was asking her what might have happened. Then I got to know about psychology and all. And I wasn't, basically I'm from this college only, and madam was my counselor when I was studying in this college. So that is how I got connected with madam, and I knew that something like mental health is there and psychology is there. So I got connected with madam again, and then madam told me like, you know, you can pursue Sahaya course, anyone can do. So that is how I entered into this field. So, and after connecting with madam, I have completed my basic counseling skills course, and then I am pursuing my MA psychology. And then I am even trained in REBT, CBT, and then in cognitive stimulation for kids, babies. And then presently I am working as my relationship with madam is for a very long time. So I am working as an advisor also for Manojagriti, and then I am currently working with NGOs. Every month I meet NGOs where we connect with each other and we spread awareness about mental health. So that is how I do, and psychology knowledge has helped me in transforming myself. It has helped me live in a very, it helped me in overcoming my obstacles, and it has very much helped me in having a smooth marital life, and you know, now even I have a kid, and psychology knowledge is helping me in every day, in every walk of my life, in dealing with my personal issues also. So I am very much thankful for that. So this is something which, challenges are there since I am managing my professional job, a baby and my family, and then psychology and all. Sometimes busy, but this job gives me a lot of satisfaction, like, you know, I'm giving something back to the society. So like a few things, when I was a kid, I did not have this much support. I did not have much knowledge about psychology. At least we didn't even know what are emotions, thoughts and all. So once I found out about this, I was like, everyone should get aware of this. Every human being on this earth. I would, like any random person I meet, I just tell them about thought log. So that is how I am. So that's my experience and connection with psychology. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Amreen, an electrical engineer who gives light to everybody, and then as a psychologist, she is there giving, throwing light on everyone. Thank you, Amreen. Next we have Bhavna.
Hi, I'm Bhavna Jeet Arora, and I prefer being called as Bhavna. So my journey in psychology started in 2022, and with that I did my MA in psychology from IGNOU in 2024, diploma in counseling from Sudisha Counseling Center, again this year itself. My certificate courses which I would like to discuss over here are Tai Chi and Qigong, which is mindful movement, and also about neuro-linguistic programming, which is basically focuses on understanding relationship between your thought patterns, your behavior, and your thought patterns and your behaviors. So currently I'm working as a DEI, that is Diversity, Equity and Inclusion Professional consultant, and with that I do a lot of POSH trainings and corporate trainings, other corporate trainings, leadership, inclusive leadership and all that. Then I also doing EA, I'm also working as Employee Assistant Program professional, and I'm a commerce graduate, I forgot to mention that, sorry. So while I used to take a lot of trainings as a DEI professional, I realized that my participants were carrying a baggage, emotional and psychological baggage with them, which hindered their growth. And that made me an EAP professional, where I helped them navigate these challenges. One thing I would like to share over here is my program called Gracious Pizza, which I did this year in July, August. It was an 8-week positivity program where every week I used to open one slice of the pizza, and we had to do the positivity activity which was mentioned in that pizza. So it was like, first week was G, which was generate gratitude. Second week we opened R, which was restore relationship, and so on and so forth. The biggest challenge I faced over here was marketing. Though it was a free program, I had to call up my friends and ask them to like and share so that maximum people can participate or enroll for this program. I had more than 30 participants, enrollments over here. Again, in the same program, I had to motivate my participants, to share their feelings after doing the positivity activity. And then later it was a great success. Another challenge I faced was basically I'm volunteering for 2 NGOs apart from my full-time work, and I know it takes a lot of time of mine, but this time definitely, investment in time definitely is going to help me in future. Then I'm also volunteering, as I told you, I'm volunteering for NGO. There's this NGO called Hugging Club of India, and I'm working as COO over there, which we are into breaking stigma on mental health. On this day, Mental Health Day, I would like to share that I was able to prevent 3 suicides working with this particular NGO. I was able to set goals for 2 of my clients. I do listening to them, I do a lot of listening for them, and I also help them convert their negative thoughts to positive ones. That's all I would like to say. Wishing you a wonderful career journey onwards and upwards. Thank you.
Hello everyone. A happy good afternoon everyone. I repeated, happy and good afternoon. Why happy? Because I can feel rats are running in our stomachs. So putting it aside, we should feel happy because there are many people like me to present. And good afternoon, as you are all looking so good. So my name is Dedipya. I born to Lakshmi and Bhaskar Rao. They named me because I never cried it since. Just after my birth cry, I never cried. I made people to cry. Just doing my naughty things. So to this naughty girl, they named me Dedipya. That means glowing brightly. Just like my name, I feel the people around me to be so. And to this naughty girl, again God gave me another naughty girl. Her name is Vanya. So, yeah. ఇందాక శివరామప్రసాద్ సార్ ఒక మాట చెప్పారు, ఆయన అందరితో ఇంటరాక్ట్ అవుతారని. నేను కూడా ఎందుకో ప్రతి ఒక్కరు, నేను ఎక్కడికైనా మాల్స్కి వెళ్ళినా అక్కడ ఉండే స్వీపర్స్ తోటైనా సర్వర్స్ తోటైనా ఎవరైనా మీరు ఎందుకు ఈ ఫీల్డ్కి వచ్చారు, మీకు ఎంత శాలరీ వస్తుంది, మీ శాలరీ అంతా సరిపోతుందా అని ప్రతి ఒక్కటి అడుగుతుండేదాన్ని. మా టీచర్స్ దేదీప్య నీకు చాలా క్వశ్చన్స్ వస్తుంటాయి దేదీప్య, అవన్నీ తీర్చాలంటే క్లాస్ అయ్యాక తీరుస్తాం అనేవారు. And I like to interact with people a lot. That made me to take up this psychology. And my psychology is from B.R. Ambedkar Open University. And once upon a time during my school days, I have come across some children who are looking so different than me and my friends. So I discussed about this with my father. He stated me that they are differently able children. So they have their own world. So they have their conditions and all. So after my PG, one day I got a chance to take up this B.Ed Special Education. After doing that, I have a big question mark. What to do, how to proceed in my career, how to move forward. Then one day I come across a session conducted by Geeta ma'am. There I got a very good team. My network got expanded. Then I started moving in a proper channel. So now I'm working with the Samagra Shiksha Abhiyan. In that there is a program called Bhavita Center which deals with the CWSN children of underprivileged. So there I really love to work with them. I got autistic children, ADHD, ID, moderate and severe ID children, everyone. So with psychology, the psychology helped me a lot in coping up these parents from their trauma, from the situations, especially making the parents understand their child's condition. And the most important thing is that making the parent to accept the child what they are. Because I still feel there are parents who don't accept their children. Whenever I go to meet the parents, they say, we don't have such children. Our children are okay. But we try to convince the parents that it's okay to accept your child what they are. No, it's not your mistake, not the child's mistake. It's just their condition. They're so lovable. If given a chance, they can do wonders just like us. So this is all about my journey. And whenever a negative thought arises in my mind, maybe physically or mentally, I just look at some affirmations, and this is what I think. Instead of thinking the negative point, I just change it to a positive type. So this is all about me and my journey. And before leaving, I wish you all a happy mental health day and happy birthday to Mano Jagriti. Thank you all.
Good afternoon everyone, my name is Geeta Chandrasekhar and I'm going to speak to you all about how psychology has helped my profession, which is I run schools in Hyderabad. So a very quick journey. I was an engineer, a very unhappy engineer. The world would have suffered if I had been in that. Then I moved on to work with not-for-profit organizations for a decade, and after that I realized that my heart's calling is where education and children are, and hence the school. So when I was in the school, I did whatever I did in education to get to school. Can we move to the next slide? Yeah, so what do I essentially do in school is I facilitate learning, I talk to parents, I talk to students, and one of the key things which I do is to talk to my staff. Because at the end of the day, it's not I who am interacting with children, it is the staff who will be like, enclosed quarters with children. So one of the greatest things which I do with them is really listen to them, what they're dealing with, what they're not dealing with, what's not working with them, what is their style of working, and how can we integrate all of this to have the child at the center of operations. So if you look at 1 week of operations, how this happens is we have a lot of movement therapy integrated, we have art therapy integrated for adults and for children equally. And there's a lot of dust-off sessions where there's a lot of emotional catharsis that keeps happening every day. There are clearing meetings where we have with our staff to come tell us that, ma'am, today this happened at our school, at my home, and I'm not in a state to handle my child. So then there is a relaxation, then there is a mindfulness session. All of this integrated, this has evolved and enhanced the way now we are able to connect with children. One of the key things that we deal with in the schools is with parents. How do we actually engage, empower the parents and partner with them such that the child is growing holistically? Given that the scenarios have changed in way too big a way after COVID, it's not very easy for us to navigate the conversation. So there's a lot of parent engagement and education programs that we keep doing throughout the year. Next slide. What motivated me to pick this up is 3 children. The names have been changed for a purpose of confidentiality. 1 child when I was in grade 8 by the name Deep. 2 children when I just began the school. All 3 of them had a different world of theirs which is not same as ours, and our world never welcomed them. So this pushed me to think, what can I do such that their happy world integrates with our happy world and both coexist beautifully and in harmony. So that is how my independent research, independent search began, and then I realized, I have Geeta ma'am, I should probably go talk to her. That's where it began. Second thing which really happened was my personal journey of how this whole education system has never been able to understand me. How my teachers are from books and I am not a book kind of a child. So this integration of understanding children, uniqueness of children was something that triggered me. And third is to see the dire need of the society. Can we move to the next slide? Yeah, so challenges, yes, I have a lot of challenges, personal challenges if I put aside. Something that really bothers me is the growing gap between the number of people who need the support and the support system which is available. Yesterday, Dr. Shipra was telling 1:36 where we have come down to with children who have issues. Now this is something that keeps challenging me. What can we do to ensure that this gap keeps bridging itself? The second is that there is lack of infrastructure, financial and human resource system. And the third is the denial. What connects me the most is that there is a deep sense of satisfaction, and that leaves me with this responsibility to build a joyous and a resilient world that works for everyone. Thank you so much for listening. Wish you all a very happy World Mental Health Day.
Good afternoon. హ్యాపీ మెంటల్ హెల్త్ డే. మన మనోజాగృతి 12వ సంవత్సరాలు విజయవంతంగా పూర్తి చేసుకుంటే ఇలాగే 100 years కూడా సెలబ్రేషన్ చేసుకోవాలని చెప్పేసి ఆశిస్తున్నాను. సో నేను జను సందీప్ ట్రైనర్గా వర్క్ చేస్తున్నాను. అరౌండ్ 2012 నుండి నేను మేడంతో కలిసి వర్క్ చేయడం జరుగుతుంది. 2012లో నేను బీటెక్ కంప్లీట్ అయిన తర్వాత ఒక ఎన్జిఓలో జాయిన్ అయినాను. ఆ జాయిన్ అయిన టైంలో మెయిన్గా మేడం ఒక సెషన్ తీసుకున్నారు, లీడర్షిప్ క్వాలిటీస్ అనే ట్రైనింగ్ ఒకటి తీసుకోవడం జరిగింది. ఆ ట్రైనింగ్లో నేను మేడం సెషన్కి ఇన్స్పైర్ అయినాను. దాని తర్వాత మేడం మాట్లాడుతూ ఎందుకు కంటిన్యూ చేయొద్దు, నువ్వు బీటెక్లో ఎందుకు ఆపాలి, నేను జాబ్ చేయాలి మేడం, నేను సర్వైవ్ అవ్వడానికి నాకు అవసరం ఉన్నప్పుడు మేడం ఎంటెక్ చేస్తే బాగుంటుంది అన్నప్పుడు నేను నెక్స్ట్ ఎంటెక్ కంప్లీట్ చేసినాను. దాని తర్వాత సెషన్స్ కంటిన్యూ చేస్తూనే ఒక సైకాలజీ సైడ్ వెళ్తే బాగుంటుంది అనేది నాకు ఆలోచన వచ్చింది. దానికి మెయిన్గా రీజన్ కూడా ఉండేది. దానివల్ల నేను ఎంఎస్సి సైకాలజీ కాకతీయ యూనివర్సిటీ నుండి కంప్లీట్ చేసినాను. తర్వాత నేను ప్రజెంట్ అయితే నేను ప్రజెంట్ ఎస్బీఐ క్రెడిట్ కార్డ్లో లర్నింగ్ అండ్ డెవలప్మెంట్ టీమ్ లీడర్గా వర్క్ చేస్తున్నాను. 5 years బ్యాక్ నేను ట్రైనర్గా ఆ యొక్క ఆర్గనైజేషన్లో జాయిన్ అయినాను. సో సేల్స్లో దాదాపుగా ప్రెజర్ అనేది ఎక్కువగా ఉంటుంది. అటువంటి ప్రెజర్ ఉన్న టైంలో ఎగ్జిక్యూటివ్స్కి నేను కౌన్సిలింగ్ చేస్తూ వారిని ప్రెజర్ రిమూవ్ చేస్తూ ఆ యొక్క ప్రొడక్టివిటీ ఇంప్రూవ్ ఏ విధంగా అవుతుంది, అది విధంగా చేయడం వల్ల ఫైనాన్షియల్ గ్రోత్ ఏ విధంగా వస్తుందని చెప్పేసి వాళ్ళ కెరీర్ పాస్ చెప్తూ నేను మెయిన్గా వాళ్ళని గైడెన్స్ ఇస్తూ మోటివేట్ చేస్తూ ఉన్నాను. అట్ ద సేమ్ టైం దానికన్నా ముందు నేను లీడ్ ఇండియా 2020 ఆర్గనైజేషన్లో అరౌండ్ 5.5 years నేను వర్క్ చేసినాను. దాంట్లో ట్రైనింగ్ చేస్తున్నప్పుడు ఈ యొక్క టీచర్స్కి, అదేవిధంగా పేరెంట్స్కి, అట్ ద సేమ్ టైం స్టూడెంట్స్కి అరౌండ్ 5 lakhs ప్లస్ స్టూడెంట్స్కి కూడా మేము గోల్ సెట్టింగ్స్ మీద ట్రైనింగ్ ఇవ్వడం జరిగింది ఏపీ అండ్ తెలంగాణ 4 states. ఈ యొక్క ట్రైనింగ్స్ ఇస్తున్నప్పుడు మెయిన్గా ఎవరైతే డ్రాప్అవుట్స్ ఉంటారో స్కూల్ నుండి వాళ్ళకి ఎక్కువగా మేము మోటివేట్ చేసి ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ఒక ప్రిఫరెన్స్ ఎలా ఉండాలి, మీరు చేయడం వల్ల ఏ విధంగా డెవలప్ అవుతారు, ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ఓన్లీ చేంజ్ చేయగలుగుతుంది మీ లైఫ్ని అని చెప్పేసి మేము చాలామందిని ట్రైన్ చేయడం జరిగింది. అదేవిధంగా నేను ప్రజెంట్ చేస్తున్న ఆర్గనైజేషన్లో 2020-21 ఫైనాన్షియల్ ఇయర్, ఎవ్రీ ఫైనాన్షియల్ ఇయర్ 2021, 21, 22, 22, 23, 23, 24 కంటిన్యూస్గా నేను ఈ యొక్క బెస్ట్ ట్రైనర్ అవార్డు అనేది తీసుకోవడం జరుగుతూ ఉంది త్రూఅవుట్ సౌత్ ఇండియా నుండి. నెక్స్ట్ వచ్చేసి ఈ యొక్క కెరీర్ పాత్ ఎందుకు నేను తీసుకోవాల్సి వచ్చిందంటే మెయిన్గా నేను చెప్పినాను కదా, గీతా మేడంని ఇన్స్పిరేషన్ తీసుకోవడం జరిగింది. మేడం ఒక స్టోరీ చెప్పినారు, నేను లైఫ్లో అసలే మర్చిపోలేను. మీరు కూడా ఆ యొక్క స్టోరీ ఫీల్ అవుతూ ఉండండి. సడన్గా ఒక బాబు ఒక 20-25 years మధ్యలో ఉన్న అతను ఎవరైనా ఒక ఆయన హెల్త్ ఇష్యూస్తోని బెడ్ రెస్ట్లో ఉన్నాడు. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ మనమే ఒకవేళ ఆ స్టేజ్లో ఉన్నాం అనుకోండి, బెడ్ పైన పడుకొని లేవలేని పరిస్థితిలోనూ బాగా ఫీవర్ వచ్చేసింది. ఆ టైంలో మేము మదర్ ఒకవేళ వచ్చేసి మా ఫుడ్ తీసుకోండి అని చెప్పేసి నాకు లేవడానికి కూడా ఓపిక లేదు, పాలు బ్రెడ్ కూడా పడుకొని ఉంటాను, పోసేయండి, నాకు కొంచెం తినిపించమ్మా అని చెప్పేసి చెప్తే బెడ్ పైన ఆ విధంగానే స్పూన్తో మీకు ఆ యొక్క ఫుడ్ అనేది ఇవ్వడం జరిగింది. దాని తర్వాత కాసేపటికి ఒకవేళ మీ బెడ్ పక్కనే లేదంటే బెడ్ పైకి ఒకవేళ ఒక పాము వచ్చిందనుకోండి, పాము నాకు కొంచెం హెల్త్ బాగోలేదు కాబట్టి సైడ్ నుండి పోండి అని చెప్పేసి చెప్పగలుగుతారా? లేదు అని అంటే మీరు ఏం చేయగలుగుతారు అని మేడం ఒక క్వశ్చన్ అడిగింది. మీరైతే ఏం చేయగలుగుతారు? అప్పుడు నేను ఒకటే చెప్పినాను, మేడం ఏం చేయగలుగుతాం ఇంకా పైకి అనేసి మాట్లాడుతూ ఉండే. లేదు, ఆ టైంలో కూడా చాలామంది ఏం చేస్తారంటే లేచి పరిగెత్తుతాము. సో మెంటల్ హెల్త్ అనేది చాలా అవసరం మనిషికి. ఫిజికల్గా ఫిట్గా లేకపోయినా మెంటల్గా ఫిట్గా ఉంటే ఆటోమేటిక్గా మనం సక్సెస్ అవుతామని చెప్పేసి మేడం చెప్పడం జరిగింది. దాన్ని ఇన్స్పిరేషన్గా తీసుకొని నేను ఈ యొక్క సైకాలజీ ఫీల్డ్ సైడ్ వచ్చినాను. చాలామందికి మంచి గైడెన్స్ ఇవ్వడానికి నేను సపోర్ట్ చేస్తున్నాను. ఒక 3 మెంబర్స్ని సూసైడ్ కమిట్ కాకుండా నేను సేవ్ చేయగలిగినాను. ఐఎమ్ వెరీ మచ్ హ్యాపీ for a psychologist. Thank you one and all.
Good afternoon everyone. Happy World Mental Health Day. There is so I'm basically practitioner advocate, and I've finished my psychology in 2021, and apart from that I've finished my internship program in Manojagriti. Thank you ma'am, Geeta Chala ma'am. And apart from that, prior to that, I was finished my Bachelor of Fine Arts in Photography. Could you So there I was working for the Hollywood movies and Bollywood Telugu movies. For the past 20 years I was working for that. So this is my international movie database, that is. So you can see all the movies which I worked. So I would like to share like how psychology helped in my legal journey. Go to the next slide. So basically, like in legal, you have family counseling and the criminal side. Like we have 2 parts. Like so here, it got help me in criminal psychology, where you have criminal investigation, where you have 2 areas. One is forensic and profiling. Okay, so the forensic one is a totally scientific method, and the profile is the physical evidence what you get from the crime incident. So wherein we pick whatever the leftover elements where we found from the crime scene. So once we collect them, then we analyze the character behavior, like is a habitual offender, or like what is the motive behind that. And based on the physical evidence, we come to analyze the psychological evidence, like human behavior and all. So that's how it has helped me in my profession. Thank you.
ఓం శ్రీ గురుభ్యో నమః. అందరికీ నా నమస్కారములు. The first national conference on education and employment in 100+ psychology career paths సెమినార్కు నాకు అవకాశం కలిగించిన డాక్టర్ గీతా చల్వా మేడం గారికి ధన్యవాదాలు తెలియజేస్తున్నాను. ముందుగా నా పరిచయం, నా పేరు రమేష్ కడారి. నేను యోగా మరియు బ్రీతింగ్ టెక్నిక్ ప్రాక్టీషనర్ను. నా యొక్క చదువు, నేను ఎంఎస్సి సైకాలజీని 2019లో కాకతీయ యూనివర్సిటీలో పూర్తి చేశాను. డిప్లొమా ఇన్ బేసిక్ కౌన్సిలింగ్ స్కిల్స్ 2023లో మనోజాగృతిలో పూర్తి చేయడం జరిగింది. నేను సుదిశ కౌన్సిలింగ్ సెంటర్లో కౌన్సిలింగ్ సైకాలజిస్ట్గా పనిచేయడం జరిగింది. అక్కడే రిలాక్సేషన్లో భాగంగా బ్రీతింగ్ టెక్నిక్ ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయించేవాడిని. డాక్టర్ గీతా చల్వా మేడంని అడిగేవాడిని, నేను చేయగలనా మేడం అని. యూ కెన్ డూ, మీరు చేయగలరు అని నాకు ధైర్యాన్ని కలిగించేది. నన్ను ఈ సైకాలజీ మార్గంలోకి తీసుకొచ్చిన అంశం ఏంటంటే, నేను భగవద్గీత వింటుండేవాడిని. సో భగవద్గీతలో 4 అంశాలు కర్మయోగము, భక్తి యోగము, జ్ఞానయోగము, ధ్యాన యోగము అనేది నాకు పరిచయమైనాయి. అదేవిధంగా పతంజలి యోగ సూత్రంలో ఉండే అన్ని విషయాలు మనకు సైంటిఫిక్గా ఈ సైకాలజీలో ఉన్నాయని తెలుసుకోవడం జరిగింది. యాక్చువల్గా మా నాన్న నా 5వ ఏటనే చనిపోవడం జరిగింది. మా ఆర్థిక పరిస్థితుల వల్ల చదువు మధ్యలోనే ఆపేశాను. యూనివర్సిటీలో చదవాలనే కోరిక 20 సంవత్సరాల తర్వాత తిరిగి చదువు మొదలు పెట్టడం జరిగింది. సో ప్రాక్టికల్ నాలెడ్జి అందకపోవడం వల్ల డాక్టర్ గీతా చల్లా మేడం దగ్గర నా ఇంటర్న్షిప్ పూర్తి చేశాను. మేడం నాకు ఎంతో ప్రోత్సాహాన్ని కలిగించేది. క్లయింట్స్కు బ్రీతింగ్ టెక్నిక్స్ ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయించిన తర్వాత వాళ్ళలో ఆ స్ట్రెస్, టెన్షన్, రిలీఫ్ చూసి నాకు ఆనందం కలిగేది. కృతజ్ఞత, శరణాగతి భావము ఉంటే మానసిక, శారీరక సమస్యలను దూరం చేసుకోవచ్చు అనేది నేను నమ్మిన అంశం. అది మన జాగ్రత్తలో గ్రాటిట్యూడ్ కొట్టచ్చినట్లు కనిపిస్తుంటుంది. మనం ఈ రకంగా ఉండడం అనేది చూస్తున్నాము. నేను 20 సంవత్సరాలు ఫార్మా ఫీల్డ్లో ఉన్నాను. ఫార్మా ఫీల్డ్లో ఎంతోమందికి మంచి మాటలు చెప్పి వారి ఎదుగుదలలో భాగం పంచుకున్నాను. 2006లో ఆర్ట్ ఆఫ్ లివింగ్లో నేను సుదర్శన క్రియ అనే శ్వాసక్రియను నేర్చుకున్నాను. మనిషి శారీరక, మానసిక ఆరోగ్యానికి వ్యాయామం, మంచి ఆహారం, నీరు, పాజిటివ్ మెంటల్ యాటిట్యూడ్, మంచి నిద్ర అవసరం. ఇందులో భాగంగా వ్యాయామము, యోగా ఆసనాలు, ప్రాణాయామాలతో ధ్యానం బాగా సిద్ధిస్తుందని, దానికి ఈ బ్రీతింగ్ ప్రాక్టీస్ కూడా దోహదపడుతుందని, అందులో కాన్షియస్ బ్రీతింగ్, డీప్ బ్రీతింగ్, క్యాండిల్ బ్రీతింగ్, ఫీల్ బ్రీతింగ్, ఇది టెక్నిక్లు చాలా ఉపయోగపడతాయని. సో ఈ యోగాను ఇంకొక అంశం ఏంటంటే, యోగాను మన ప్రపంచ దేశాలకు మన దేశం పరిచయం చేయడం జరిగింది. దాని ఉద్దేశం సో సైకాలజికల్ ఇష్యూస్ చాలా మట్టుకు తగ్గిపోతాయనే దాని మీదనే. సో అందులో భాగంగా నేను నా వంతుగా ఒక 1000 మందికి బ్రీతింగ్ టెక్నిక్ ప్రాక్టీస్ ద్వారా రిలాక్సేషన్ కలిగిస్తానని నేను ఈ సందర్భంగా చెప్తున్నాను. సో ఇందులో నాకు నా ప్రయాణంలో 4 గురువులు, మా తల్లిదండ్రుల తర్వాత బిజినెస్ గురువు నాకు మా అక్కిరెడ్డి లింగారెడ్డి సారు. సో ఆయన ఎప్పుడు బిజినెస్ గురించే ఆలోచిస్తుండేవాడు. ఆయనతో ఒక 20 సంవత్సరాల ప్రయాణం జరిగింది. నెక్స్ట్ మనకు ఆర్ట్ ఆఫ్ లివింగ్ గురు శ్రీ రవిశంకర్ గురుదేవ్. ఆయన ఏంటంటే స్ట్రెస్ ఫ్రీ లైఫ్ అండ్ వైలెన్స్ ఫ్రీ వరల్డ్ అనేది, దాంతోనే జీవితం సుఖమయం అవుతుంది అనేది తెలియజేసేవాడు. సో ఇప్పుడు ఇక్కడ సైకాలజీ గురువుగా నేను మన గీతా చల్లా మేడం గారిని తీసుకున్నాను. నా ప్రయాణం ఇలా సాగుతుంది అనేది చెప్తూ అందరికీ ధన్యవాదాలు. థ్యాంక్స్.
Namaskaram Dr. Tilika ma'am, and namaskaram to everyone present here. I thank Geeta ma'am for giving me this opportunity, and it's an humbling experience to hear everyone's career paths here. I'm Srilata, a parent coordinator at a Waldorf school, and I'm also a freelancer, and I promote eco-friendliness and waste segregation compost making across communities in Hyderabad. Moving to the next slide, please. I have pursued MA in psychology when it comes to psychology related courses, and to deepen my understanding, I have been pursuing courses from Manojagriti, and I have been associated through Sneha and Sahaya programs, and the other courses which I pursue to deepen my understanding. And from non-psychology based, it is music that has persistently been with me throughout till now. Moving forward to the next slide. My role as a parent coordinator, I engage with diverse range of parents, orienting them towards schools philosophy, which is based on anthroposophy. Anthroposophy is a study of man, which believe that human being is not just mind and body, it is soul also, and the curriculum is based on anthroposophy. And the key focus is to build strong relationships and to foster a supportive community. For that, I organize workshops for conscious parenting, which involves cultivating habits such as showing gratitude, and I suggest parents to inculcate such habits of gratitude because it produces immunoglobulin, which is as good as a flu shot to increase immunity. And I also talk about mindful living through eco-friendly practices. I talk about delaying the instant gratification that we often come across, and I suggest parents to have a balance between their work-life balance and to model a right behavior for their children. And going to the next slide. The factors which are motivations for pursuing psychology is basically to enhance my personal and family well-being, and it also aligns with a desire to contribute to the community and as well as to my profession. Third slide, please. And the challenges is, I would not generalize it, but then parents often prioritize, few of them, they prioritize academics over emotional health. And making mindset shifts in such situations is little challenging, but it is not impossible. And to build a supportive community takes time and trust. While patience is the key, there is a concern that damage might happen before these issues are addressed. And addressing gadget overuse, which needs to start with the elders, poses yet another significant challenge. Fourth slide, please. My experience and connection, it allows me to use psychological tools during my own challenging times to navigate situations, and I feel empowered by using them. And it helps with my relationships with my own family and community, and I firmly believe in the neuroscience aspects of psychology. I endorse the benefits of ancient mindfulness practices on the brain, and I feel it is my responsibility to spread awareness about mental health, and I believe that psychology aspirant, everyone has a potential to heal others in meaningful ways. And I quote from Jiddu Krishnamurti, whom I strongly believe that we have to understand the machine of the mind, not just its noise. Thank you so much.
3 minutes only.
Very good afternoon, everyone. It takes immense pleasure to stand on this dais to share my psychology experience. So, yes, next slide, please. Next slide, please. So, yes, I am a consultant psychologist in MNC. Next slide. So, I was a person who decided if not psychology, nothing. So, my complete education qualification is on psychology, BSc, MSc, and I have done some certifications and also a lot of internship that I have done during my college time. So just one word that I want to tell about my college is, it has a very good lab. More than 10,000 experiment assessments are available. So that was the main reason why I chose PSG College of Arts and Science, Coimbatore. Yeah, then after completing my MSc, I got married and I came to Hyderabad. I don't know in Telugu, I don't know Hindi. I was in such a position, so I was a tuition teacher, and then I moved into the field of handwriting improvement teacher, and then there was a breakthrough which ma'am gave. I joined Manojagrati. I was with ma'am, associated with ma'am, and then I was a behavioral therapist and now a wellness coach or a consultant psychologist in MNC. Next slide, please. Yes, the inspiration comes from my school counselor, where one day they announced when I was in 10th standard that there is a person who is going to solve all your problems. You can share to her and it will be confidential. Oh, there is a person to solve all our problems, then I should be the one. So that is how the things came. Yes, I feel that I am not in a regular medical field or anything, and I feel we are recession proof. You know, when the normal life is going, we earn normally. When there is a problem, that is when we become a recession proof, and we are there in the field to help. So we are actually progressing. And the challenges, there are a lot of challenges that you can see, but one thing is, in the home or anywhere, the people will say that don't be a psychologist at home. At the same time, they will say, what did you study in psychology? Don't you do this also? So that's always a contradiction. So balancing and making the people of my home understand and be aware about what psychology is, that is the main challenge. And one last thing that I want to tell is, until the